It's a privilege to be in a position as a nonprofit where you don't have to worry about the short-term financial needs. But that's a really good place to be in and a really good mentality to carry as a nonprofit leader, right? You want to make sure you're playing the long-term game in fundraising as much as you possibly can, right? The short-term game you can play, but you can't play that for very long. The short-term game is all about making an ask ASAP right away, as soon as I can, to make sure that I get the money that I need to solve this problem right now. And while that you can raise a significant amount of money in a short amount of time like that, you can't keep raising a significant amount of money that way all the time. What you got to do is play the relational game, right? The connection game, the long-term game with people. You got to get to know them, you got to love them, you got to care for them, you got to invite them into your story and then get involved in their story, whatever it might be, right? You've got to play the long-term connection game if you want to build your nonprofit up for long-term success. The more you play that short-term game, right, of build a list of people, go out there and ask them as fast as I can, the more you play that game, the less you're going to have the long-term benefit to your organization. And really, the less you're going to keep people around, donors around for the long haul. You want to make sure you're paying attention to the long term, right? Pay attention to the relationship. Make sure you're asking at the right time, at the appropriate time, right? And that doesn't mean use that as an excuse to not ask at all. But if there's a meeting where it's like, you know what? I don't need this money right this moment. If I can just love this person, care for this person, it doesn't feel right to ask them financially right now. Maybe we can just let them know of a few needs, and that way we put it out there in a non-threatening way for today, and we can circle back to a more direct ask later on. That's almost always the right way to go for the long-term sustainability of your organization.